But, all right, so the first play, we just call it X. We're always going to reverse the ball, so take it to the wing, bring it back, take it. As soon as the ball's in the air, you're going to set a screen on the middle guy in the zone, and D's going to go to the short corner or the corner, depending on how good a shooter he is, all right? So if you're a great shooter, sprint out to the corner. All right, he's got to guard him because the wing has to guard, the top man has to guard him. You're sealing inside, we'll just throw it in there, all right? One of the best zones supposedly in the country was in the Big 12 a few years ago. We ran this play every single time in the second half because they went with the guy. We threw it to the post player. He got to the foul line 14 times and a half. Just a real simple play. Depending on your personnel, one of these plays will probably help you, okay? Set back up again. A lot of times when we run zone motion, we're going to start with the 4 and a 5 over there, all right there on the block. The other thing I don't like to do is I don't like to put numbers on players. I don't like to do that. I'm doing it for simplicity today. I don't think players should have numbers on them. I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. You go to a junior high football game, and the very first practice they ever have, they put this kid at offensive guard, and he's a defensive tackle. And so he goes home, and his mom and dad ask him, "What position you play?" "I'm an offensive guard and a defensive tackle." And they stay that way for the rest of their life. They don't try to get better to be a tight end. They don't try to get better to be a linebacker. No, that's what the coach told me. My 7th grade coach told me that I'm an offensive guard and a defensive tackle. So that's the end of my situation. I don't like numbers. Players tell you where they should play. We got a player right now that thinks he's a perimeter player. And to me, you are who you can guard. If you can't guard a point guard, you're not a point guard. If you can't guard a wing, you're not a wing. So it's just like in football. If I was a football coach, I would start everybody to be a cornerback. If they're too slow to play cornerback, I'd move them to safety. If they're too slow to play safety, I'd put them to linebacker. If they're too slow to play linebacker, they got to play on the defensive end. If they can't play defensive end, they got to play in the defensive middle. And so in basketball and the way we do it, if you can't guard a wing, you're not playing the wing on offense. And so that'll encourage some of your players that want to play on the wing to get better defensively.